If you live in Japan, you're probably familiar with Furusato Nozei, or at least you've heard of it. But what is it? How does it work? And probably most importantly, should you be doing it? So Furusato Nozei is a government program that is designed to allow people who, for example, move to a city to send their tax revenues, their local inhabitants' tax, back to their hometown. That's where the name comes from. So Furusato means hometown and Nozei is tax filing. So you get to file your taxes with your hometown rather than the city that you live in. Now that's the basic design. It's kind of changed slightly since then, of course, the law of unintended consequences. But that's the basic idea behind it. And it's a little bit more, as you might expect for Japan, it's a little bit more complicated than we might like. The way it works is that you can donate some money to pretty much any kind of local government around Japan. And as a thank you, they will send you a small gift. Later on, when you actually file your taxes, the government will return to you the amount of your donation minus 2,000 yen. There's a 2,000 yen administrative fee. And if all goes smoothly, that will actually happen. So in the example in the picture, you would donate 50,000 yen. They'd send you some nice food, perhaps from the local area. And later on your tax return, you'd get 48,000 yen returned to you. Now, that's if it goes smoothly. So, sounds like a good deal, right? Free stuff. But there are some cons to it. There are some drawbacks. So the pros, obviously, is you can get some free stuff. It's not quite free because you pay 2,000 yen and you might have to spend a bit of time looking for the swag, ordering it, and doing your paperwork. But those are the pros. And the cons are that you must calculate the amount of taxes that you will pay at the end of this year in order to figure out how much you can donate. If you get this wrong and you donate too much, you donate more than the amount you'd have paid in local inhabitants tax, you're not going to get it back. And because the value of the gifts is now capped at I think it's something like 20 or 30% of the donation value, it's not a great way to actually go shopping. It only works if you calculate your taxes correctly and everything goes smoothly. So basically, should you do it? Yes, as long as you're confident that you're going to get the paperwork right and the calculations right. It's basically a chance to get some free stuff. And the cons are the risk of maybe getting it wrong. So I have done it twice. The first time I got a bunch of meat, and the second time I got some craft beer from somewhere. It was fine. I was a bit underwhelmed. The stuff was nice, but it was a bit of a hassle, especially the first time because I screwed up the tax paperwork. And I wasn't able to get it done on the automatic one-stop system. Instead, I had to go and file a tax return, which was kind of annoying at the time. So it kind of soured me a little bit on the experience. The kind of products that you might be looking at, there's several portal sites online. You can go through Rakuten, you can go through any the other big portal sites. And once you're on there, you can search by location. So you can look for the government that you want to donate to, or you can search for category and see what kind of gifts are available. There's all sorts of things out there. The most common are probably food, especially food from the local area. But you can also get, as you can see, furniture, local products, etc., etc. There are some really interesting kind of high-end products where, if you're an enormously large taxpayer and you donate millions of yen, you can get things like samurai swords, or being the manager of the local baseball team for a day, or all sorts of interesting. You can have a look on the portal sites. There's quite a lot on there. So how do you actually do this? The first thing is you need to figure out how much you think you're going to pay in local taxes. Now, if you're on salary and your salary is fairly similar year on year, you can look back at last year's figures and see there. It's a good idea to be slightly conservative here and to maybe donate a bit less than you think you're going to pay in local taxes, just to make sure that you don't over donate here. Then you can use a portal site to find the products you want or the location you want to donate to. And then you just order online normally. You pay using a credit card or normal kind of payment things. And then if you use the one-stop system, local authority that you donate to will file your taxes for you, and everything should happen quite smoothly. This only works if you order from fewer than 6 different locations. So if you want to order from more than 5 local authorities, you have to actually file a tax return. Also, if you normally file a tax return, you also can't use the one-stop system, and you have to file the paperwork yourself along with your tax return. It's not too difficult though. And the last thing is, that your products arrive and you enjoy them. The thing is, this is not really a big win. Like, lots of people explain this as a way to save on tax. It's not a way to save on tax. It doesn't change your taxes at all. You pay the same amount of tax. In fact, you pay 2,000 yen more than you would have otherwise. This is just a way to get some free stuff. And maybe, if you're thinking about the location you're donating to, it's a chance for you to redirect money to somewhere in Japan that you have feelings for, that you have a relationship with. But it's not a big financial win. And so I think before doing Furusato Nozei, there are some much more important things that we could focus our time and energy on. Once you've done those things, then Furusato Nozei is a nice little bonus, perhaps. But it's not particularly important, and it's not going to improve your financial situation. The real big wins are things like reducing your regular expenses, whether that's a cell phone bill, whether it's your rent, whether it's finding a way to spend less on food. Because if you reduce a regular expense, you get those savings every month going forward. Reduce your insurance bills, that kind of thing. Looking for those regular subscription payments and trying to reduce those, because that is a long-term financial win. Saving up an emergency fund, if you don't have one, is really important. It's crucial. In fact, it's much more important than worrying about Furusato Nozei. Starting to invest. This will change your life if you actually do it properly. So before worrying about Furusato Nozei, make sure you open a broker account and start investing a little bit every month. And then thinking about your spending, so that you're spending money on things that matter to you and you're not spending money on things that don't matter to you. So in the comments, please let us know how you're doing. Are you using Furusato Nozei? What was your best purchase so far? For me, it was probably the steaks. The beer was fine, but I could have bought it at Yamaya. And has it been worth it? So for me, I didn't do Furusato Nozei last year. I didn't bother, basically. It didn't seem particularly important to me. But maybe you've had a great experience with it. Please let us know in the comments. And if you need more information about money, about financial things, and about living in Japan, please come to the site or visit the forum. Right, thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video.